Very, very strange how I don't blink sometimes. So, it's just the gaming mindset. I have no clue. Now, let's get into, you'll notice my eyes probably dart up and down. That's the script up there that I have drafted, because this topic is a pretty lengthy one that I don't want to jack up. And I don't need to memorize it because it's not like a school speech or something. So, with that being said, let's get into the history of the great goddess Bellona. So, you're gonna have to excuse me for a bit with some of the so's and the ums. This is the very first video of this, and blah 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 blah. So, welcome to the journey of ancient Rome mythology. Today we delve into the story of Bellona, the formidable goddess of war whose fierce presence and divine influence left a lasting mark on Roman culture and history. Excuse the roughness. I'm just going through with this. I can tell you in about, there's how many gods in Smite now? 100 and 150? I'm going to get through all of them. Although, as I'm continuously getting through them, there's going to be more to be released. So, yeah, it's going to take a minute. And I might do multiple episodes of the same character too, if they have enough stories out there. Unfortunately, Bellona just has this one. She doesn't have many side stories. Maybe I'll scour and find some more like hidden info or something about Bellona. I don't know. Well, anywho, this might even be a two-part because I don't want these to stretch out like too long either, and I'm not really even keeping track of the time, so I'd rather not go too far in. I want these to be like 10 minutes apiece because attention spans are short and time is of the essence. So this is part one. Part two doesn't have this lengthy explanation. So, or part three, depending on how many parts this becomes, I have no idea. So, with that being said, Bellona, the Roman goddess of war, is a powerful, and yeah, we already know that. Unlike, I'm totally going to freehand this, by the way. I'm going to mention important parts. I'm probably going to skip past some unimportant parts. I don't know. I wrote all this, so I might as well just stick to it. Bellona personifies the chaos of bloodshed and ferocity of battle. Often depicted in armor, wielding a sword or a spear, or accompanied by a war trumpet, she is the very embodiment of a war's destructive power. One of the most significant aspects of Bellona's worship was her temple in Rome, located in, I tried looking up how to spell this, how to say this. It's hard to get Google to really spell it out in a way that I can repeat it, but in Campus Marticus, dedicated in 296 BCE by Appius Claudius Cacaeus. What kind of name is that? You know, I bet back then that's probably like a very proper, sophisticated name. Appius Claudius Cacaeus. It does sound pretty dope, doesn't it? Anywho, after a victory over the Etruscians and Samnites, this temple, which was in Campus Marticus, this temple was a central site for military and political events. It was here that the Romans performed the sacred rituals of a war declaration, which is pretty epic. When Rome decided to go to war, darn it, I don't want to repeat the whole thing. You know, I'm keeping it. We're doing it live. Screw it. I don't care. We're doing it live. This is the first part. It only goes up from here. A priest would perform a solemn ritual near Bellona's temple. If you're wondering what happened back there, I kind of just didn't know how to say the word for a second. But anywho, He would hurl a spear into a piece of land symbolizing enemy territory. A ritual act known as Bellium Estuum. I'm gonna get butchered in the comments of people saying, that's not how you say it. Well, guess what? It's my channel. If I want to pronounce it Bellium Eustum, I will. This formidable declaration of war invoked Bellona's favor and underscored her role as the divine force behind Rome's military endeavors. I think that's enough for part 1, actually. Like I said, Bellona doesn't have much, and this is more or less a transition to just getting used to it. But like I said, we're doing it live, so let's go to the next part. Bellona's influence wasn't limited to the declaration of war sort of temple area. Roman generals and soldiers frequently sought her favor going into battle. Her fierce presence was believed to inspire courage and ferocity in the hearts of Roman warriors. You see, this is why most channels who do this type of thing don't include a face cam, because they're reading. But I mean, I also have a bunch of stuff. I probably have edited in some images too on the side. So whether I'm going this, there, everywhere, at least I got the guts. Just kidding, I'm not calling anyone out. Everybody else is awesome. Historical accounts tell us of generals like Sulla invoking Bellona's protection and strength during the tumultuous civil wars. Through prayers and sacrifices, they hope to gain her divine support, emphasizing her role as protector and inspirer of military success. Good freaking grief. Now, I'm gonna go through this next time, actually read what I semi-typed, because part of it I came up with myself, and then a little portion of this is pulled from sources all over. So yeah, think of it as like a hodgepodge, except since I've pulled from sources, I ain't citing jack. That's what Google's for. And plus, this is like open knowledge. It's kind of like if I shared like, oh, you know, Zeus lived on Mount Olympus. I don't have to cite a source for that. It's common knowledge. Even though this is pretty uncommon knowledge, it's still knowledge. So take that, libraries. Now with this, I'm going to end this part, and in the next part, it'll be much more clear and laid out. I still might have an intro for those who are unfamiliar with what's going on, because maybe they just joined in part 2, so they're like, what is this? But anywho, thanks for watching. If you watched to the end, it's pretty freaking short, or at least I think it should be. It's what, 9 minutes? That sounds amazing. So the fact I was able to get all this done in 9 minutes, kudos. I've got other ideas for how I'm gonna do this, so be on the lookout for that. Be on the lookout for other genres too. This is going to be the creme de la creme de la creme de creme de creme of the channel now. I think it'll go well. Maybe. Or it'll flop. I mean, I got 1 or 2 options. So yeah, I'm gonna go this way, because I'm having a little bit more fun with this than I thought I would. So yeah, plus, yeah, well, it wouldn't be hard for someone to be like, oh, what's the first episode of this, and then seeing in the future like, oh shoot, this person's improved, or they stayed the same. Either way, it only goes up from here. It doesn't go down from here, unless I just like develop a stuttering problem, which not anymore, not like I used to in the past. I got over it. But anywho, see you all in the next one, and bye to the bye to the bye. I really hope I was blinking. Or at least, if I wasn't blinking enough, I was looking up and down. Whatever. Don't forget to like, comment, share, sub, and subscribe. And for anything, if this video does admirably well, I'll continue this regardless. If the video does well or if it doesn't do well, I'm having a lot of fun. Who would have thought? See you all in the next one, and bye to the bye to the bye.